Hey, this is Mike the NBA guy, and today I want to look at ESPN's brand new NBA Power Rankings for the 2021 NBA season. Now, obviously, this is just what ESPN thinks, and this is very far ahead, so I don't expect them to be insanely accurate, but I just wanted to do my immediate reaction and let you all know what I think of these rankings. So, getting right into it. Los Angeles Lakers with the best title odds for next season. I agree with that. I think that's totally fair. They just won the title this year, and they won it only going to 6 games in one series, with the other 3 series all being 5-game series. It was very impressive. I personally am not sure if they are my favorites next year. I would have to really think about it, but they absolutely deserve to be number one on this list. Excuse me. So I agree with that. And number 2 here, we have the Clippers. Again, I would agree with that. They still have Kawhi Leonard, who in my opinion is the second best player in the NBA. Paul George is still, as trash as he was in the playoffs, he is still a good player. If he can finally get his shit together and play decently in the playoffs, he's an amazing player. But at this point, I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen again. But still, they are a very good team, depending on who they sign this offseason. I could even see them making the finals next year. So, I mean, they've got Kawhi Leonard, so I would not count them out at all. They really need a good point guard, good playmaking point guard. That's exactly what they say here. That's exactly what I've kept saying about the Clippers. All right, they really needed someone to play make. Number 3, Milwaukee, and number 4, Denver. I agree with both those choices. Milwaukee was amazing this year, specifically because of Giannis. They just need something. They need a little more improvement from Giannis, and they need the rest of their team to stop being shit in the playoffs. Chris Middleton was okay in the playoffs. He was great in the first round, and then the second round, he was okay. Eric Bledsoe played like garbage, as he does every single year. I've seen talks about them signing Goran Dragic, which I think would be huge for them if the Miami Heat choose to not re-sign him because they want cap space for 2021. Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to do something this offseason. Okay, they are going to make some kind of trade or big signing or something because they are going to do everything they possibly can to keep Giannis. All right, Denver Nuggets, absolutely deserving of being this high on this list. They went to 5 games in the conference finals with the Lakers, and they were fantastic. Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., they've already re-signed Jeremy Grant, actually. I'm almost positive they've re-signed him for about $16 million a year for 4 years. Those are all young guys who are just going to be better next season. I'm very excited for the future of the Nuggets. Dallas Mavericks number 5. Why? I can't say I agree with that one at all. And FYI, because I'm sure some people are already getting bored of this, I'm not going to go through every team, but for the top 10 teams, I will probably go over all 10 of them, and then I'll just kind of start jumping around with the last 20 because I don't care as much about those teams. I'm very curious to see where the Sixers are in here. I don't know how the Dallas Mavericks are this high. They were amazing in the first round. Luka was amazing, but it says right here, 18th ranked defense. They don't have a good defense, and they just do not have enough talent around Luka and Porzingis at this point. I think Luka is still at least 1 year away from winning an MVP because of the people on this team. I think they are another team building towards signing a big player in 2021. But next year, I think, is going to be another year of a first or second round playoff exit and like a middling seed in the West. Okay, I do not expect them. They're not going to be the 4th best team in the West next season. All right, Golden State Warriors number 6. I agree with that. I'm very excited to see what Steph Curry does next season. Boston Celtics and Sixers at number 8. After this year, look, I'm high on the Sixers. I'm a Sixers fan, okay? Anybody who knows me knows this. I am a huge fan of the Sixers, so I am a little biased. However, I can't take an issue with any of these teams, with the exception of the Mavericks, because I really don't think the Mavericks should be nearly this high. But the rest of these teams, like the Celtics being over the Sixers, it's fair. They swept us this year, even without Ben Simmons. They shouldn't have. However, they need to change. They need to trade Al Horford. Okay, this is also more assuming they don't trade Al Horford. If they don't, then yeah, this may be too high for them. Number 8. If they do trade Al Horford for Buddy Hield, I think the Sixers are set to be legit contenders next year, and I'm very excited for that. Celtics are great. They're going to keep getting better. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward can have a fully healthy season for once. You know, Kemba Walker, he was weird this year, but he's still a very good player. Miami Heat at number 9. Why the hell are the Miami Heat, who just went to 6 games in the NBA Finals, at number 9? Whoever made this list needs to be fired, okay? What the fuck? What? Provided by... Okay, so this doesn't tell me the name, so I can't say what the fuck to a specific person, but, like, what? How on earth are they... Yeah, there's no reason they can't make another finals run next season. You're absolutely right, Friedel. Why on earth are they this low? Number 9? They just made the finals, and they have a bunch of young dudes who are going to get better. What? I don't understand this at all. They should be over the Mavericks. Ignoring my bias, they should probably be over the Sixers. They should be over the Celtics. They should be over the Warriors. Maybe over the Clippers. I mean, honestly, number 9 doesn't make any sense. All right. On the rest of these past, Brooklyn Nets, very happy to see them all the way down at number 10. Finally, ESPN, someone there being realistic. They are not going to be like the best team in the league next season. Okay? It's just not going to happen. Raptors, they were great this year. They should be this low. Houston Rockets, you know, I'm interested to see them next year with a new coach, but they got one of the oldest teams in the league. You know, they don't have a center. I just don't think it's going to work out. I think this is fair. Utah Jazz, I could see being a little better than this. Portland Trailblazers, I have no idea if they'll make the playoffs next year because the West is tough. Same with the Thunder. Pacers, I definitely think could be higher. I would have the Pacers over the Thunder and the Blazers. Okay. And personally over the Nets, although I could see why someone else wouldn't agree with that, because they've had so many injuries over the last several years. If Oladipo's healthy and everyone else in their team is healthy next season, they could be a very good team. I really think they could be. I mean, I would be shocked if the top 6 seeds next season aren't the same with the Nets thrown in there, and I honestly think there's a solid chance, that the Nets are still the 7th seed because they're figuring out so much stuff next year. The Pacers are going to be good next season. Watch out for them. They're going to be good. Pelicans, excited to see more Zion, but yeah, this is fair. Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, all these guys contending for playoffs. Orlando Magic, what a weird freaking team. Everyone says this. The Magic are in the worst situation in the league right now, where they're like good enough that they're not making any lottery picks, but they're not good enough to make it past the first round. Like, they have zero chance of getting out of the first round anytime soon. Jonathan Isaac, I think he might be out for the whole season. If he's out for the season, that sucks ass for this team. If Jonathan Isaac is out for the season next season they need to blow it up. They find a way to trade Vucevic for some picks, and they just need to give into this rebuild, okay? Because if Jonathan Isaac's out, they're not making the playoffs. And they just need to rebuild. They've got a ton of young guys, Isaac and Fultz specifically. They just need to just give in and build around them. Wizards, I'm excited to see Wall come back, but honestly at this point, I mean, they're still going to have absolutely no defense next season. Like league's worst defensive rating this year, they might have the league's worst defensive rating next year because they have nobody on that team that plays defense. They're going to suck. Spurs, they're not making the playoffs. It's time for a rebuild. I don't know if they're going to give in and trade some people or what, but they need to rebuild. Kings, yeah, Hawks. Next season, I don't think is going to be them making the playoffs, but 2 years from now, 2 or 3 years from now, they're a lesser version of the Mavs, in my opinion. They need more defense, and they need some more, their young guys to keep getting better. But they are going to be in the playoffs in 3 or 4 years, trust me. Minnesota Timberwolves, they're going to suck. I think the Bulls should be over the Timberwolves, and they're going to be a little better than them. Hornets, most boring team in the NBA. They stink. Pistons, sorry, Crispy Flakes, but this is absolutely fair. They're going to suck. Cleveland Cavaliers, they stink, although they do have a lot of young guards. Okay, got Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, I'm excited to see. I don't know what the heck they're going to do with Andre Drummond and Kevin Love. I've seen stuff about trading Kevin Love for Al Horford, maybe, but I mean, they have Drummond, so like, I don't see how that helps the Cavs at all, honestly. And New York Knicks at number 30. Completely agree with that. The Knicks are trash. The Knicks are trash. I absolutely agree with them being at number 30 on this list. RJ Barrett is the only decent player in their team next season, unless you like Julius Randle, which I know for a fact that no one in New York likes Julius Randle, okay? I mean, people have been making memes all playoffs about Pascal Siakam spinning too much, but I have some friends who are Knicks fans, and they fucking hate Julius Randle. They might hate Julius Randle as much as they hate, what's the freaking owner of the New York Knicks, who everyone can't stand? I'm blanking on his name, but everyone knows he's the fucking worst, right? They got Thibodeau next year. They're gonna suck. They're gonna fucking suck. Sorry, Knicks fans. Hope is not in sight. Hope is Thibodeau will improve her defense. Yeah, no, they're gonna be trash next year. Sorry. All right. Well, that is my reaction to this season. To ESPN's rankings for next season. I'll probably make one of my own when it gets closer to the season, but that won't be for a little while. I want to see some trades and stuff. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and check out some of the other videos on my channel. Thank you.